if you were Emma Chamberlain and you wanted to go to college, all you have to do is charge $10,000 for an Instagram DM from her Mary.
Well, the weird thing is, like, Emma Chamberlain never had to finish high school, let alone go to college. So this was actually fake news, but I saw this tweet that
I don't know if it's fake news. I think they're playing.
well, maybe they're like doing a cover.
Yeah, they're covering it up.
This tweet said, "Why is Emma Chamberlain charging $10K for an Instagram DM? This is wild." And it's a screenshot from shopemmachamberlain.com. And it says, personal thank you note from Emma in Instagram DM, $10,000. And then it says you can do an afterpay option where you finance it on $900 a month.
Finance a message from Emma Chamberlain. I had no idea who Emma Chamberlain was. Mikey Bolin, right there in the chat.
Oh, Mike Bolen said, I live in Napa Valley. Many affluent women, 40 plus, and if they take good care of themselves, can look fabulous well past 50 plus. Work out, get work done if needed, and eat right.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's very true.
Look, and that's the thing. Like that's a great thing, right? That people are going to be able to hold on to their beauty and their looks for longer if they take care of themselves. But we need to promote people taking care of themselves and not just taking surgical options for these things.
So did you guys think that the 10K DM thing was real? When you first saw it, or did you think it was fake?
I thought it was like, my first instinct was that it was some sort of like something's amiss here.
Yeah.
Like there's information.
Your
that's
BS
not,
detector.
Yeah, like my BS detector went off because again, like that's, I mean, it's, or if it even is true, it's like who would do that? And if they did, I mean, okay, good for you. Like,
I'm with Jacob Edler. Emma the Chad capitalist. Let's just, you know, it's the free market at work, ladies and gentlemen.
I fell for it, but I thought it had to have been a publicity stunt or brand deal. Like,
definitely publicity stunt is like possible with it.
Yeah, and then now she has spoken out about this situation and said that when she first saw this screenshot, she thought that it was a scam and she thought that her website had been hacked or something.
Well, and a lot of people, famous people now have to worry about fake versions of their profiles, offering everyone in the world crypto.
Or crypto advice.
Like lots of crypto advice going around like that. Like eventually one day that's going to be like how you know you've made it. Instead of a blue check mark, it's like, am I offering anyone crypto advice?
She said, a few days I started seeing comments asking why I was selling a DM for 10K. I assumed this was an online scam as I had never offered to sell a DM for any amount of money, let alone 10K. People were saying this was for sale on my merch site, and I checked the site to see if it had been hacked and couldn't find anything out of the ordinary. Then she contacted the company that runs her merch website, and they investigated it. And now I'm looking at her website.
We found we did nothing wrong.
I am looking at her website right now, and they put up this PR statement, and the website is inactive. It's on this one page. It says, there have been false and inaccurate claims that Emma Chamberlain was offering DMs in exchange for $10,000. As background, in 2018, Kozak, Emma's merch company, was testing a prospective rewards program related to Emma's merch without her knowledge. In testing, they created an outrageous, never activated reward level that was not intended to be active or purchased. These reward ideas were never run by Emma since they were not meant to be available for sale, but simply intended for internal testing purposes.
Mikey Bolin says DM by Afterpay, LOL.
Yeah.
Do you remember that story? One of the great memes that came out of COVID was like when Domino's Pizza started offering like finance options on pizza, and everyone's like, we've officially reached the end time.
Stage capitalism.
The end of the line for late stage capitalism is that like you can finance your pepperoni pizza.
Like I was on Sephora and there was a $9 eyeliner and you can afterpay it for like $3 a month, and I'm like $9.
Unreal, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like,
so they think that somebody went into Google's search engine optimization indexing system, whatever that means, and discovered this and started spreading it to press outlets.
I mean, that's kind of genius if it's fake. I also I like the idea that like they're just looking for an idea, like a way to explain it away.
It's a pretty good explanation
fair
because it's so hard to understand what they're talking about.
Exactly. No, I
don't know.
I mean, I just thing with Emma Chamberlain is I don't know who would have beef, like anyone who would like really want to try like, oh, let me get her with this. Like I feel like it was either promotional
Who did she piss off?
Yeah, like who does like Emma Chamberlain, like she's like kind of very milquetoast, I would say.
She's just bleh.
I mean, it seems like something that she would do based on her track record. Like,
Yeah, you were telling me, what were the things that she was selling?
In 2018, she had, you might remember this like big scandal because people thought her merch was incredibly overpriced. She was selling like a scrunchie for $25, a shirt.
I mean,
like,
a lot of that just sounds like money laundering.
A plain white shirt for like $40. She also like, she was selling them blurred on her website. Like you couldn't see the item that you were purchasing, and it was part of the shtick. Like
who was it that was selling stuff in trash bags? Was that Balenciaga?
No, that
in trash bags.
Yeah, like
it probably would be. Balenciaga tends to do stuff like that.
It was like several $1,000 trash bags.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's sort of like that. It's like the what is it? Speculative value or like something like that. You know, like you buy it based on the prestige of buying it. She was trying to like add value to her brand, so she blurred out all of the items, all of like the clothing that she was selling back in 2018, and people were like, "This is BS." Like your fans are like 12 to 15-year-olds who have no money, and they're trying to support you, and you're basically scamming them.
I mean, I would like to do a deep dive into Emma Chamberlain's like background, because I feel like, I mean, she's an ambassador for like Miu Miu, I believe. I mean, why, like, just so Louis Vuitton, like she's going to like
so
fashion week,
astroturfed though,
and I'm like, who is this? I mean, people watch her content, but I feel like there's way more, like, I don't know where it is, like older YouTube or TikTok people who are way more prevalent and have bigger personality than her. I mean, she has like a podcast now where she talks about like mental health or something. And then of course,
is there anything?
Can anyone like shut up about mental health for like 2 seconds?
No, I'll tell you what, if you are a liberal white woman in America, you're given two options: Red Scare or mental health. And those are your options.
State of like female affairs.
Those are what you're allowed to talk about.
As I was like listening to Red Scare this morning.
Those are like, if you want to start if that's what you want to start a podcast on, they have to talk about mental health, because it's like, it could literally mean anything.
Self-care.
It's like
buying my merch is self-care. Buying my $10,000 DM on Instagram is self-care.
That's another one that I hated too. Was the term self-care, which just means indulge my every whim obsessively and never say no to myself.
Yeah, but I agree with you. Like, she kind of seemed to have been promoted out of nowhere. Anyone who has been the person that interviews celebrities at the Met Gala, astroturfed.
Yeah,
like Keke Palmer did it. I think Z-Way did it.
Yeah, it's not even necessarily astroturfed. It's just the weird hybridization between people who make their money or make their career as an influencer and then moving into the mainstream.
But if you look up Emma Chamberlain, there are just countless articles that are like, how Emma Chamberlain revolutionized the fashion industry.
And it's like, who is saying
And like,
this?
you've never even heard of this chick.
We know this because we're the ones saying it. Like, everyone's saying that she is revolutionizing the fashion industry. Why do we know this? Because we're the ones saying that everyone is saying.
And for once, it's quite literally what the woke people say it is, which is a mediocre skinny white girl who like wears what's trendy at the moment, and people say that she invented it. You know,
yeah, and
like,
I mean,
it's that
exactly, because she can wear.
Somebody always very rarely does the person who actually invents something ever get credit, or very rarely does the person who makes something. No, and I'm not expecting them to. I'm
just saying, like, don't claim that she did it, you know?
Yeah, I don't see it. I've never heard a man even like online say she's attractive. Like, I don't see clout around her. It's only very few women who used to watch, or girls who'd watch her like 5-6 years ago when she was like doing vlogging or whatever, or lifestyle videos on YouTube. But like, who is really into Emma Chamberlain? I don't know. I mean, she's on these like red carpets, I guess, or the fashion week stuff, and having all of these partnerships with these designer brands, and I'm just like, where is this coming from? She must be like some sort of, I mean, I don't know, but she's probably some sort of nepo baby or something like that.
All I know is that her dad was an artist and not a very famous one.
Okay.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
But
she's just in the permanent class of like influencers who are invited to mainstream Hollywood events.
Look, that's a reasonable thing for the companies. That makes perfect sense. These people who literally make their living by posting on social media. I point out the dancer I like all the time. Her name is Enola. She's like, a lot of what she posts about now is going to these premieres and these events because she's very famous on TikTok. She's very famous on Instagram. She's now doing a lot of dance choreography for mainstream celebrities, but she's sent to these events because they know that her following on all these platforms spans large amounts of people, which they then say, like, make sure you include the hashtag for the event in your in your story posts and post all these pictures.
And they give you free items where you post it on your story and say, thank you at Balenciaga.
Yeah.
Balenciaga.
It's literally like that.
Look, I get why the influencer, like why companies view the influencers as a good, it's almost like free advertising. Like, hey, come see this movie. And if you ever noticed, like the influencers are never allowed to take it for granted in front of the camera. So it's like, I got invited to go to this movie premiere. Whereas the celebrity's like, oh my God, I have to go to this movie premiere. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I have to go do this or that. Whereas like the influencers, because there's still that kind of gap between internet famous and celebrity famous, that they're like, they still look as if they're like starstruck at these events, even though a lot of these influencers have larger followings online than most of these celebrities.
Sometimes more money.
And are objectively bigger names now to a younger generation.
It's like Addison Rae. I remember she was like the interviewer at some sort of MMA event.
And Charlie D'Amelio.
UFC. She was a UFC correspondent. People really got angry about that. But my thing is, Addison Rae has more clout than a girl, even if she went through the platform.
She doesn't know anything about UFC. Like
who
she doesn't need.
She doesn't need to. Her personality.
Charlie D'Amelio was like the most popular person at the NBA All-Star game.
Well, it's like you were an announcer at boxing match, right?
Yes.
Like,
kind
what
of.
do you know about boxing?
Exactly.
What
really wrestling?
She's
Nothing.
Like
it's a
like
personality. It's a clout. It's the
the
clout, and that name is going to bring people to watch if they know it's Addison Rae. I mean, she was like the biggest person or second biggest person on TikTok, so that's going to bring people in. So people have like this. They still have this adversarial reaction to influencers when it's like now they honestly are a celebrity. Like they're at the same level as an actor at this point.
Well, I think it's still going to be adversarial because the actors are going to be annoyed by it. The actors are going to be annoyed.
They're becoming one and the same. Though a lot of the actors, I don't think there's as many trained actors as there used to be. Now it's like you switch from, oh, I'm an influencer, now I'm an actor, or now I'm a singer, or whatever.
A lot of actors are going in to be trying to be influencers
or vice
after the
versa.
fact, or they're trying to grow their
Grace
social
Van
media.
Dien from Stranger Things just switched to Twitch streaming because she said she was like approached by creepy producers to like do threesomes and stuff, and she didn't want to go along with that.
Good for her for sticking to her.
Look, I think that eventually it will be a Borg of celebrity where like you'll have to be both an actor and an influencer, and then it'll all just recycle over again. It's gonna be horrible.
My verdict, though, is that she was genuinely about to sell $10,000 Instagram DMs, but then when they gauged the reaction, they decided to go back on it.
It's funnier if she's like, I would never do that. $5,000 was the most I would charge for a DM. I would never charge $10,000. Are you kidding me? The tax implications on that are horrendous.
But I don't know. If there are people getting front row seats to Taylor Swift concerts, maybe, there are parents out there willing to spoil their kid with an Emma Chamberlain.
That is a scary thought. That is a scary thought. Plus, like, why would anybody want to do that?
I don't know.
It's horrible.
I genuinely can't relate.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.